Hello again, it's Ben Kavanagh, still in quarantined Wuhan. That won't change for a while. Today I'm just going to be answering some questions you guys have been posting on the previous videos. So let's get into it. First question, are you scared? You don't look so scared. I'm not scared. No, there you go. I'm not scared. When I go to bed, usually quite late, your mind starts to wander. The way when you're going to bed and you can't sleep, you just start to think crazy things. But no, I'm not scared. I just try not to think about it. It's not time to worry yet, not for me. I'm not infected as far as I know. So no need to worry, no need to fear. Just take precautions, be safe, be healthy, wash your hands, wear your masks. You'll be okay. So no, I'm not scared. Question 2. What is China doing in terms of sanitation to help prevent spreading of the virus? China, even before the virus, I noticed was quite sanitary in the way that they would always, every single day, collect all the rubbish. Every single day you see trucks going back and forth, spraying water on the road, cleaning the road. Only the other day when I was actually at the shop, I didn't get a video of it. There was a truck kind of like cleaning the midsection of the dual carriageway. It had like, just, I don't know what to call that, spinning sponges, if you will, just for the railing in the middle. So especially since the virus, they've upped their game and they were already quite good at being sanitary in the streets. 3. How are your family handling the news about you being in China with the outbreak going on? Well, like I said, I am not worried. I tell them not to worry. In an ideal world, I wouldn't be here, but I am. So there's nothing really we can do to get on with it. We're always in touch. I've had contact constantly now from my whole family ever since the lockdown, basically. Every day I get messages, I get calls. So we reassure each other. I tell them not to worry, they tell me not to worry. We keep each other updated at the information for like evacuations and stuff. So obviously they want me home and safe, but until that's an option, a viable option, then I'm here and we just have to deal with it. 4. What is the hardest part about being quarantined? What are you doing to avoid boredom? The hardest part. Maybe the most annoying part is the cooking. I actually like to cook, but here in China I've only got two hobs, 2 burners, 1 wok and 2 pots. And not as many ingredients as I would like, obviously, in a quarantine. So I like to cook, but that's probably the most annoying thing, because like I said in the other video, I would usually eat out or have food brought in because it's just so cheap and it's so nice. So that's probably the most annoying part. I'm actually going to cook a carbonara tonight, so I'm looking forward to that. I don't have spaghetti, so it'll be a penne carbonara. I've got eggs, I've got bacon. So looking forward to that. That'll be nice. What was the rest of the question? What am I doing to avoid boredom? Well, this for one. I do these videos kind of keep me sane for now. That was a joke. Today I'll actually clean my apartment because it is filthy. I'm looking around and it is pretty untidy right now. I'll show you. There's my washing just hanging up in the living room. I'll quickly do that. There you go. Quite messy. So that's what I'll be doing after this. What do you do when you're on your holidays and you're in your apartment? Like, imagine you were just in your apartment for a day. What would you do to pass the time? That's what I do. Every day. Question 5. Are you getting anxious about any exposure? Anxious about running out of food or money? You are brave to say you will stay. Well, if I was that anxious about being exposed, then I would never leave and I would just starve. But I went out on Sunday. When was that? What day? Today's Wednesday. I feel fine. I took precautions. I wore my mask. I looked silly in my goggles, but It's been 3 days. I still feel fine. I'm not too anxious about it. Like I say, I try not to worry about it. If I get infected, hopefully I'll be fine even with the infection. But no, I'm not too anxious about it. What was I anxious about? Anxious about running out of food or money. China is great because it is not too expensive. And so the food isn't too expensive. So the money, I'm not too worried about that. Obviously, I was going to go on holiday. So I've saved all that money. All my holiday money is now, I guess, quarantine money. Food, like I said, I went out 3 days ago and I was fine. The shops are always fully stocked. Food is always going to keep coming into the city. That won't stop. That just can't stop. So maybe in a week, 10 days or so, I'll go back out and do another big shop. I had to get toiletries last time, so this time I'll just focus all on food. Suitcase again, just full of food. I'm not worried about running out of food, no. I just try not to worry about anything. If I worry about it now and then it happens, then I've suffered twice. I've suffered when I worried and I suffered when it happened, so no point worrying. What was the rest of it? You are brave to say you will stay. I'm not brave. I'm not brave to say I'll stay. It just makes sense to me to stay. The medical experts in America, Japan, Australia, they're all saying we can bring home the people and it should be okay. We can have quarantine set up and stuff ready for them when they arrive. But there are exceptional circumstances for some people who definitely should leave. And I don't believe everyone should stay. But unless you absolutely have to, for now, while it is in this current state, like I don't know, it could get much, much worse. And then I might regret staying. But right now, the way things are right now, I think staying it probably isn't the best option, but it definitely isn't a terrible option. Plenty of food, plenty of water. China are handling the situation very well, so no, I'm not brave for staying. I'm just doing what I think is the right thing to do. I don't want to infect anyone else, and maybe I would be infected by being evacuated, maybe. So I don't know. To me, it seems like the best idea. People would probably disagree with that. Some people would want to get out as soon as possible. My family, like I say, they want me home. But I think the way things are now, that's what I'm saying. The way things are right now, staying isn't a terrible option. As for the evacuations that are underway, I don't know too much about Australia and Japan. It doesn't really concern me. The Americans, there was a flight of Americans that left yesterday morning. I think it was 7 a.m. or 10 p.m. I think it was meant to be 7. No, the American flight with people on it left last night. And I believe now they're in Alaska for a week of quarantine. So that's good for them. The British, I believe there's a flight Thursday morning. I think it's at 7 a.m. And hopefully people I was referring to earlier in dire circumstances who are at the most risk, hopefully they'll get on that flight and they'll get out. I'm in touch with the Irish Embassy. We communicate. So if there's evacuation for me, like I said, I'll do the evacuation under the right circumstances, knowing that quarantine and health and medical professionals are making these decisions. So we have to trust them. We have to put our trust in them. They know what they're talking about. I'm just a guy in Wuhan. I just live in the situation. They really know what to do. So I think we can trust that if people are being evacuated, they're being evacuated in the right way, in the right manner, and we can just hope for the best. 6. How are the people within Wuhan reacting to this? Are the people mistrustful or feeling optimistic that they can weather this? I can't remember what day it was. Maybe it was the 27th? No, 26th? It was a day. It was in the past. Very, very recently. Maybe 2, 3, 4 days ago. And at 8 o'clock, all the citizens of Wuhan who are still here, the millions that are still here, they went to their windows, they went to their balcony, and everyone was shouting, "Jayo! and Jiao means come on. It's like encouragement. So people were shouting Jiao to the city, like, come on, we can do this. Showing how resilient they are and just really showing that we can band together and Wuhan can get through this. So yeah, that answers the question, doesn't it? How are people reacting? Everyone's reacting very well. People are staying inside. People are wearing their masks when they go outside. They're taking the right precautions. And I think everyone's doing pretty well. What was the rest of the question? Are people mistrustful or feeling optimistic? Yeah, people are feeling optimistic. Obviously, in a city of 11 million, if only 1% of them, or even 0.5% of them, are feeling restless or mistrustful, then you might see a video of someone freaking out. But such a small percentage, the city is coping well with this terrible situation. Question 7. How do you manage to draw the line between precaution and paranoia under such a situation? Like I said before about going out, you take the right precautions, you take the correct measures to make sure you don't get infected. So masks, goggles. That probably relates back to the other one about what are China doing for sanitary wise. I have this mask. It's a dust mask. And I wouldn't have known that that wasn't going to be good enough on its own. But China sent out loads of information, the right precautions to take, what meats to avoid, how to wash your hands with what kind of soap, antibacterial, alcohol, soap, stuff like that. But the paranoia thing, I saw a comment saying something like, I hope he washes the wheels on his suitcase when he gets back from the shop. And I was like, that seems a bit much. I'm not going to be licking the wheels of the suitcase. I mean, I'd say you use your common sense. What's too much? If you think about it too much, you think, oh my God, when was the last time I washed my hands? I can't touch my face. But you think, I'm inside. I'm in the apartment. The apartment is clean. It's safe. Cook your food thoroughly. Common sense, really. Just don't go too far with it. Don't want to become, every 5 minutes cleaning your hands. It's unnecessary. You don't need to be that bad. You wouldn't do that if the flu was going around. Question 8. Are you worried about the puppy you saw on the street? Yeah, he was so cute. He was so cute. I was thinking about him because, I guess I was worried about him then. I think now with no one on the street, he's probably safest he could ever be with no one on the street. He's a little puppy. He'll definitely fend for himself. I think he'd be okay. The girl I was with at the shop, she got a message from someone who saw the video in Wuhan who helps strays. So they went out to that area to see if they could find the puppy. They couldn't, unfortunately, but, people know he's out there now, looking around in that area. So I think he'll be okay. I hope he'll be okay. He'll probably be okay because there's no one on the street. Someone might take him in. Because the coronavirus can't spread through animals. Cats and dogs can't spread through cats and dogs, specifically. So someone might see him and take him in. Probably. Why wouldn't you? He was so cute. And again, I don't know if the other part will be in here, but I want to thank everyone so much for the birthday wishes. That was so kind of you. I didn't expect that at all. I was just letting you know it was my birthday, but thank you. That was all very kind. I was very touched by that. So thank you very much.